All right, guys. Well, I don't understand this at all. It looks horrible from my end. I don't know if you guys can see, but it does not look like it's like focusing in, and I don't know why. It looks terrible. It's all ugh. So, ugh. Yeah, I don't know what to do about this. I'm wondering if I can make this any better. I am trying, but for whatever reason, it just does not want to focus in on anything that I'm doing. So I guess I'll just get started. Hopefully you guys can see this. So to figure out the volume of this, it's pi times the radius squared times the height. Ugh, good lord, this is terrible. Even with my glasses off, thought maybe it would be better, but it's not. So pi times the radius squared times the height. So they have everything ready here except this should be squared. All right, so it should be pi times 23 squared times 12, and it's not, and that would be volume. All right, so to figure that out, oh man, it's bouncing all around here because I've got it on a, I wonder, maybe, bear with me here, you guys. I wonder if that would help it at all. Probably not, but we'll see. Whoa, sorry, I balanced it on a cup. Seems strange, huh? But let's see if I can get that to work. Let me bring my cup on top of my paper. Wait a minute here. Okay, well, that's really all that I can do. Except that maybe, actually, let me do this. Look at that. Weird, huh? Okay. It still doesn't want to be, but okay, so let's just do this. We're going to say it is pi times 23 squared times the height. Man, I wish I could get that to work out, but I don't know what it is doing to me. So, all right, we're going to use our calculator. We're going to turn it on the side, and then we're going to say 23 squared first, because you have to do exponents first, then times pi, then times the height, which is 12. And you end up with 19,942 and 83 hundredths. So let me see if I can find anything here. So the volume ends up equaling, I don't even know if that's going to work. Oh my gosh. The volume ends up equaling 19,942 and 83 hundredths. A lot more than what they had put on there. So I'm going to pause this for a moment. I guess I'll have to do this again later. I don't know. It's just so frustrating now. It's not zooming in. All right. Well, this one says we know volume is pi times the radius squared times the height, and you can't hardly tell, but the radius they say here is 7.5 feet. Actually, that is the diameter. So what we need is the radius. So we're going to have pi. We need half of 7.5. So we'll clear this. We'll do 7.5 divided by 2, which is 3.75. So it should be pi times 3.75 squared times the height, which is 6. All right, and they did not do that, so we'll do 3.75 squared. So 3.75 times pi times the height, which is 6, it's 265 and 7 hundredths. All right. Okay. All right, so find the approximate volume of this. What does it say? Find the approximate volume of X if the volume, the approximate value of X if the volume is, oh, jeepers. Okay, so what we start with is volume equals pi times the radius squared times the height. What we don't know is the radius, right? So our volume is 48 48,556.33, which is going to equal pi times the radius squared times 33. So we can do these two together. So we can have 48,556 and 33 hundredths is going to equal, we can do pi times 33. And we'll get 103.67. And then we have to multiply that times the radius squared. So when we divide that on both sides, that's how we're going to figure out what our number is to work with to find the square root of, so we can find the radius. So we're going to put in 48,556.33. We're going to divide it by 103.67, and that gives us 468.37. That equals the radius squared. So we want to find out what the square root of that is. So we're going to use the square root button. So we'll clear this out. We'll say square root of 468.37 equals, and that's 21 64 hundredths. So this x is 21 64 hundredths meters. That's how we do that. All right. I'm going to Google this because this is crazy. All right, so find the value of x if the volume is 17,241 and 600ths cubic yards. All right, so we start with the volume. And that's equal to pi times the radius squared. So the diameter is 28, which means we're going to have to take half of that. So 14 squared times the height. So we can do pi times 14 squared. So let's do 14 squared first times pi equals. So we get 615 and 75 hundredths. And what we're going to do is multiply that times something, the height. So if we, again, divide both sides by 615 and 75 hundredths, that gets rid of that, and what we'll end up with is the height, which is our x. Okay, so 17,241 and 6 hundredths. Oh my goodness, 17,241. I put in 14,000. That will not help. Divided by 615 and 75 hundredths, and that gives us 28 yards. Yeah. All right. Whew, I gotta fix this. I gotta fix this. So we'll do our next video. Hopefully it will be in focus. All right, here we go.